Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. We're really into the meat of it now. Definitely not filming like I should to wrap this video up, but just gonna quick make an intro to why I'm got to this point. I think I left off with leaving you guys on Saturday of the cab removal, and this is where I am now. Ran into a problem with the injectors, had to make a special injector removal tool out of some stuff I had laying around. More on that. We'll get it so the footage makes sense. It's all in chronological order, so it's not skipping around. So this is just the intro video telling you guys that I did get the heads pulled, and yeah, I'll just let the video roll and there'll be a recap of after. I just did a lot more time lapse the second day on account of I just wanted to get the heads off, and I knew there's going to be a time crunch. So yeah, we'll get the video rolling here, and then I did a recap, like I said, at the end of the time-lapse stuff, and then I will get you guys up to speed of why I'm at this point. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's Sunday. This is where I'm probably gonna end up leaving off. It's let's see, 4:39. I still gotta drop the cab back down and push it outside yet, so yeah, I gotta start cleaning up. I got quite the mess. Basically, I couldn't get the heads off tonight because, yeah, I got an injector stuck on either side. The rest of them jumped right out, of course. Always something. So yeah, I got one injector. Well, they're on opposite ends of the head. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I couldn't get those out. I'm not gonna buy a Polar or whatever tool to get them out. For the, like an injector tool, whatever, pull them out. But yeah, that's where I'm at. You can see the factory CP4 pump there. So yeah, well, let's take a walk down the Isle of Shame here. Have a lot of shit to find where I'm gonna put. Obviously, tons of fuel lines. Just ridiculous amount of crap that I had to take off that damn thing. And then I had this big conglomeration of fuel lines that I was fighting forever. And of course the front of the truck, and yeah. You get the gist of it. There's a lot of shit that I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with, so I need to start cleaning that up, put it away. I can't leave it all here. There's just no way, there's not enough room for it all. So I got the track bars zip tied up, and I got stuff kind of put where I think it's gonna fit when I drop the cab back down, so I can push it out and have it ready for work Monday or tomorrow, I guess. So that's that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought I'd cover quick. The fact, see, the difference between CP4 and CP3 is, or it's actually CP4, CP4.2, I believe is what it is. Basically, there's two pistons in here, and they ride on a cam. We'll go for the back side here. They ride on a cam right in here, and that's what gets your, well, these are the two feeds, or one's feed and one's probably return, I guess, for low pressure. Yeah, low pressure. So low pressure feed, low pressure return. And then these two feed the, or that one and that one feed the rails. And that's how you get your 29,000 or 30,000 PSI, I believe, actually. But it's low volume. It's fucking made of aluminum. It's aluminum housing. So it's a really shitty design. Ultra low sulfur diesel is what lubricates it. So low sulfur means no lubrication, basically. And they fucking grenade. Chew up the inside of the cylinder. There's no, diesel's what lubricates it. So it chews it up, sends a bunch of fucking metal through the lines into your injectors, and your injectors go out, and then you're fucked. So basically, the difference is the CP3 pump is made of cast iron, I believe. So hell of a lot more durable and reliable. Been using them for a long time, so, or a fairly long time, I guess, relatively. I got tons of fasteners I gotta fucking file away, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this shit. So without further delay, I'm gonna start cleaning shit up, drop the cab down. I made a, like, kind of skipped the intro because I did a bunch of that yesterday. Figure I talked enough about the truck, you guys know what the gist is, and did a lot more time-lapse shit today, so you can get a little more wrench in action than talk in action, which is, well, every time I watch a video, that's what I want. So there it is. We'll get back to work and drop the cab and get the fuck on my way. I'm ready to go home. See ya. Okay guys, welcome back. So I got the heads back from the machine shop yesterday. They turned out beautifully. Nothing wrong with them. I had them vacuum checked. The valves were all good. I've gone through and tapped out every single basically thread hole in them for the glow plugs and exhaust bolts and intake bolts and such. The reason I pulled the motor, when I pulled the heads on, let's see, well, it doesn't even matter. I looked down and looked for signs of burning coolant, you know, like kind of like something like that, or it's cleaned off, or it looked like it might be burning coolant. That's just from carb spray when I tried to get that one stuck injector out. Let's see if I can one sec here. So, can't see here. You see, yeah. Basically, there's a bunch of carbon. You can sort of see it now. There's a bunch of carbon down in that injector hole. So I was spraying carb spray down in there, try to get that injector to free up a little bit. So that's just what that's from. It's just from carb spray dripping on it. When I had the injector slightly loose, but if you look really close, you can see. I'll grab my light here. Yeah, mark of the beast. So this entire bank's got tiny hairline cracks starting. This one doesn't, I think. Yeah. So those 3 pistons have hairline cracks starting, so I'm going to have to pull the pistons and get pistons for it. I checked. I got from the last picture you guys saw, or yeah, last time I think I shot the motor, it had the front cover on it and the upper and lower oil pan, and I believe it had the rear cover on it still too as well. I pulled all that stuff. I pulled one main bearing cap, the center one. It's not the furthest from the oil pump, but it's back there pretty far in. It kind of looks a little weird. I don't know. It's not, whoops, it's not showing copper or anything, but it's got like this weird, I don't know, it's like a, whoops, now it's really fucked. Either way, I'm getting bearings for it, but it kind of has this weird, like, greeny, I don't know, it's weird. But it's pretty thick bearing too, so I'm sure there's nothing, no grooves in it or pitting or anything like that. And the crank looks pretty good, but I'll probably still have the crank polished and gone through or whatever and mic'd out. I don't have a mic here, but I'm sure it's fine. Everything else looks pretty good so far. I probably will maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably pull the pump apart and see how it looks, but more than likely I'll get a new one of those too, a new oil pump. I think that's all I'll probably do with the block. I am trying to debate if I should paint it a color or just paint it black. I am going to paint it, however, something, because I've gone through the work of pulling it out. And as far as I posted on my Facebook the other day about polishing all this crap up, all the cast up to make it look like a billet, sort of. I did it on that Y bridge, or started doing it, and it looks kick-ass, but honestly, guys, it's taking too fucking long, and I don't have patience for that crap. I did a little bit there, and I just decided, yeah, no. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna have some of this stuff like powder coated, or if I'm gonna start my own powder coating with it. There's some home gamer kits out there for like 150 bucks that come with the gun and with powder, and basically you just get it sandblasted and then put it in a like a home oven that you cook your food in, and it bakes it on. It's just, powder coating is just plastic that adheres to the part through, well, electricity, I guess. You ground the part, and then the particles are positively charged, and it adheres to the part, and you bake it on, and that plastic powder flows all over the part, and it creates a nice coating that's a lot more chip resistant, lasts longer, and yada yada. So debating on doing that. It's gonna be hard for me to not want to go like full style SEMA build on this and really just paint the frame and paint the motor and powder coat this, powder coat that, powder coat. I mean, it's just gonna be hard to resist that because I got the motor out. I know I am gonna pull the transmission and paint that for sure. The motor's getting painted for sure. I'm not 100% sure what color, or if I'm gonna do a color on the upper valve covers and lowers and stuff like that. But here's how it sort of sits. I'll grab one here. Let's see. I'll grab this one. Just be careful here. So that's the up, or no, that's the lower, and then the upper is, see, that's the intake manifold. That's on upside down. So this is the upper, and I just wire wheeled this one. It's nothing more than that. So that's what it looks like bolted to the block. I'm trying to decide is the head's gonna stay the way it is now, because that's pretty hard to see. I really want to do the lower section in the, I posted a picture on my Facebook of a motor that was lime green and billet, and it looks kick ass, I think. So I kind of want to make this either green or have it maybe powder coated like in a chrome, and then, you know, vice versa. So one will be green and one will be chrome, and one will be chrome, one will be green. And I haven't decided what yet, because I know this gets buried quite a bit by wiring harness and injector and fuel lines and shit. But when you look in the engine bay, I think, if I remember right, you can see a decent amount of this. So I'm trying to decide if I should put green on this and chrome on this. I don't know. You guys tell me what your comments, thoughts are. Poke fun at me for buying a truck that needs pistons. But I kind of figured when I bought the truck that I knew there was gonna be something pretty big wrong with it, because the price I paid for it and the price that, or the amount of money he had in the motor and stuff like that, it's one of those deals where it's too good to be true. It probably is. I looked, and this is where it gets shitty. So I basically, when I knew this was going on, I basically booked out for myself, or I knew it was gonna take at least a month and about a couple grand. I knew that in my head right away as soon as I knew what was going on. But I didn't really budget or plan for cracked pistons. But I guess when you're running 100 overs and, you know, lots of boost and on a max effort tune, some high HTs and some cracked pistons are probably something you can expect. Someone, or I think it was a coworker, asked about those marks right there, those cheetah print looking crap. That's normal. Every Duramax has that. I think, if I remember right, reading right, it's like heat treat process or something like that. I don't know. Either way, irrelevant. I don't really care. It's normal on every Duramax. Every post I've ever seen about it has those, so I'm not too worried about that. Pistons. This is where it gets shitty. A set of just pretty standard run-of-the-mill pistons is $1,600. So that's, there are better on account of it has little snap rings for the wrist pins. Mine don't. I think in LMLs they switched it. Other Duramaxes do have snap rings, but what happens is that wrist pin works its way out, and basically it'll rub right into the cylinder wall and start scoring the hell out of the cylinders. And basically, most times I think it trashes the block. I don't think it's beyond being able to be bored out, because it's one of the catastrophic failures, or catastrophic failure points. They all know that. And then of course the CP4 pump, I think I explained that in a previous clip. I don't know what to say. Yeah, so that, and let's see, snap cranks, CP4 pumps, and I swear there was one other one too, but those are the main things. LMLs, this is the first year of the LML2, and this is when GM was going through their whole well, bailout basically, so they're being douchebags and cheapening things up and going through some stuff. So it is what it is. Let's see, damn computer. So yeah, like I said, these are pretty much run-of-the-mill decent pistons, fairly inexpensive. I did some looking, and they have, let's see if I can, they have also these PPE pistons. It's the same piston, but it's coated. I don't even kind of see that top stuff. I think that, what I think that is a ceramic coating for high EGTs or high heat, high boost applications. So basically they just say that it lowers the compression, and it kind of makes me worried, because I'm pretty sure the tuning has a lot to do with why mine are cracked. But it's probably a max effort tune. It's probably running too much fuel or too little. There's high heat somewhere. So it makes me nervous that if I get these pistons, it's going to lower the compression ratio. I'm going to for sure have to tune it right away before it'll even run even close to remotely correct. So I'm a little bit skeptical to buy those, and of course they're more money, but I don't know. I contacted the rep for this These, and they said they've never even ran these on any of their builds. So I don't know, I'm torn on, haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet as far as pistons, so I'm waiting on that. But I have ordered the head gasket and head stud kit, and that should be here today. It's Friday today, the 2nd. So yeah, that should be here today. I did opt out. I was gonna get, someone had mentioned, are you getting 625s? And I just said yes, because I figured that was what they are for studs. And I looked it up, and those are like $1,500. And I messaged on those too, and they're basically full competition studs. I don't need that. They're for 1,000 horsepower plus, and I'm not sure that I'm really running that much. They said we use the ARP 2000 studs in all of our builds, and we've never had a single problem. So it is what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to wrap this up as quick as possible before I head out I got a funeral today. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Give me some comments, thoughts, opinions, facts, whatever. If you think I'm going too far with worrying about powder coat and shit and paint and stuff, but I mean, it's already out of the truck. The tranny's just sitting there. That looks, oh yeah, I forgot to say, I pulled the motor and I saw the Suncoast converter on the tranny, so I know for sure it's a Suncoast tranny. So cracked pistons, yeah, it's shitty, I had to pull the motor, but I was really relieved when I saw the Suncoast converter, and so I knew right away that that tranny was Suncoast as well. So that was nice, because that's like an $8,000 transmission. So yeah, we will try to maybe get a shot of that converter. It's pretty sweet actually. But yeah, I do plan to pull a transmission at least and paint that a flat black. I will put a picture of that, and you guys can take a look at it and let me know what you think. But there it is for now.